Now, what you see here is our default view that you had on the road with the class 2 mirror image and the class 4 image. That's how it's called in the European standard. It's a standard. It's called the ECE R46. Everything's written down. This standard had been reworked during 2016, so you could say it grew with our system, and we were in touch with the legals all the time to show them what we are planning to do. Sometimes they said okay, and sometimes they refused. That was actually a topic during the project, but we came up with this picture, and now you see this adjustable line flashing and the overlay that is asking the driver if it is necessary to readjust it. Of course, it will keep its position over each ignition cycle, but it will also ask the driver to readjust if you disconnect a trailer. It will recognize by disconnecting the electric supply to the trailer and then start flashing even without an ignition cycle. On the other hand, you've seen this trailer panning that's following the end of the trailer. This functionality will also be automatically disengaged if you uncouple the trailer. So we want to avoid that driver will start driving and lose the vehicle as a reference in the picture, because a picture without a reference, without the vehicle as a reference, is useless. Well, now I know we didn't uncouple the trailer. The trailer is still got the same length, so I can say just okay, or simply start driving, and as soon as I would be far faster than 10 kilometers per hour, the situation here in the image would just be the same. Now, many people ask me why this adjustable line, which actually you are not forced to have it to the end of your trailer. Just imagine you have, for example, a tanker, and you want to have it as a mark for the place where you can fix the tubes to load and unload. So you can have it in that position. It's up to you. And right now we adjusted it to the end of a trailer, and it's now a little shorter, which is also a legal requirement, because legals say you need to show these required fields of view. This is just, you can imagine, just a polygon that you could paint on the ground here, and if it is shown, you fulfill the standard. If it's not shown, you don't fulfill the standard. We over-fulfill the standard, but it's forbidden to have an overlay constantly over a legally required field of view, even if it's just a yellow and black line. So we needed to cut it here, but for maneuvering the truck, we invented a different image, which is the rank view, as we call it. Now let's first talk about the upper part of the rank view. Here we now have the line longer, and this is possible since this is a temporary view, and in a temporary view we may have an overlay over the field of view, and we need to show to the driver that he left standard view and that we do with that overlay. Now, and actually it's just backing up carefully. The line is the projection to the ground of the end of our trailer, projected to the ground. So everything happens is on the ground, because this is the only reference that is always there for us. And we start backing up. Hold function had kept the truck right now, it releases, and we are backing up carefully as always, and we try to approach close to the, well, this is a simulated gate, for example. Yeah, and now we're just there. That's it. It's a no-brainer. And yes, that's it. That's how we operate with the upper image. Now the question would be, if this was a crowded yard in front of a warehouse, and another truck would be parked up there, and we came from there, and we were forced to get around a curve. during our maneuvers, the situation would be maybe like this, and we would need to back up to this gate. And here the advantage of the lower picture and of the rank view in total is obvious. Here in the upper image we still have the area close to our vehicle inside, and on the lower picture we have the area further away from our vehicle, and even more important, our target. And well, this is now the left side, but imagine we had the same situation on the right side, and then you might have the picture of truck drivers in mind that operate their vehicle just like that, with the glass mirror to keep the end of the truck and the target inside, and they hit the steering wheel here. So this is the glass mirror driver, and the Mirrorcam driver would be like this.
We get it, yes.
Yeah, that's it, and that's, I think, a very good advantage of this rank view. And now backing up is easy. I check out here if I'm still on the right way, and I found no, I'm not. And now I use, of course, the upper picture again. But I check the lower picture, because there could be a forklift coming. And the sooner I see the forklift, or some colleagues, some truckers that won't wait until their space is free and pass by, the earlier I see them, the safer the operation is. And well, we are not only doing Mirrorcam for fuel economy, but also for safety, of course. There are other safety aspects. I can disengage the rank view now.
How did you disengage it?
With the button here. It will be engaged as soon as I go to reverse. And maybe I don't like it, I can disengage it. And another safety aspect. The picture can be moved around like a conventional mirror also. Maybe it would be necessary to check the upper edge of my trailer to pass through some bridge, and you find the red button here. What does that mean? The red button indicates just that we left the legally required field of view, and we show this to the driver. So we can make sure that no driver will be on the road with a, I'd say, badly adjusted mirror, since they shifted the truck with the colleague, and the colleague is 2 meters and 5 tall, and he is only 1 meter and 70, and didn't readjust the mirrors. And this is actually the case that happens quite often. Just imagine when you pick up a rental car, a rental company, and you're in a hurry, you sit in and drive away, and after some kilometers you might find, oh, the mirror is badly adjusted. But up to that time you drove with a badly adjusted mirror. And to make it easy, after such a special operation, for example the trailer edge, to make it easy to return to the standard view, it's just a long press on this button, and we're coming to the standard view again. So you do not have to search this position with the arrows, but just return with a long press. Another safety aspect, of course, free sight out of the side window. If you approach to a roundabout and you need to check if there's a vehicle oncoming in the roundabout, normally you need to look in between a pillar and mirror housing. Now the mirror housing is gone, so you have got free sight. Or perhaps soiling behavior. You know, we do our winter testing in Finland each year, and we drive to Finland during winter, and we also drive back the vehicles ourselves. It's always a good opportunity to do long distance testing. And when I returned there, I always had a piece of cloth with me to clean the lenses, but I never used it. Actually, with a glass mirror, you need to stop maybe depending on the conditions, maybe every 2 hours to clean your mirrors, because you see just nothing. And with the Mirrorcam, I drove Rovaniemi, Stuttgart without any cleaning. And the reason for that is the windshield wipers. They will push all the water and all the dirt mostly to the left side. Soiling of mirrors is a topic mostly for the left side. It flies around the mirror, it will hit the glass, and you also have soiling to your side windows. So 2 times soiling until you get your rear view picture. Here the monitor is inside, will not be affected by dirt, and the camera housing is above the area where the dirty water will pass by the cab. Furthermore, we have a little roof on top of our camera housing that will be an edge where the water can drop down. Water coming from the front will drop down without hitting the camera lens. And there's another reason for this little roof. Actually, our designer, they didn't like the roof, but the testing guys, they said we need the roof. It also protects the camera from stray light. You all have this on your cameras, and it's just the same. You've been on your way here, you passed through some tunnels, and there are always artificial light sources each 10 meters. And if we wouldn't have the little roof to protect from stray light, there would be some pumping effect in brightness regulation. And with the roof, it's a constant brightness, as you've seen, and it also adapts very fast when you come to the tunnel. When we talk about the brightness regulation, you can adjust the brightness of the monitors divided up into left and right side. Actually, brightness Mirrorcam driver and passenger is possible. So during night time, we found image settings that the monitor will not enlight the cabin, because that could be disturbing. And furthermore, for example, if you're in Sweden, 800 kilometers through the forests, the only thing you need is the white line next to your truck to keep in line, and maybe you would adjust the driver's side a little lower and the passenger side a little brighter, and that would be just perfect for this situation. Or if you're coming during night time, you have some artificial light sources outside that provide a clear view, and you go to the maximum for maneuvering the truck or something like that. Everything's possible.